guys, welcome back again to the Leapcast. Welcome back to the channel. That is Dave's Dimension, your home for tech, toys, and talk. But this time we are doing a Leapcast video. Now, those that haven't found, there's been a reboot of, well, not rebooted, but continuation of the original series, Quantum Leap. Continuing the story, but with a new scientist leading the project, trying to perfect Project Quantum Leap to perfect time travel. Long story short, Dr. Bensong steps into the accelerator prematurely. There's a big kind of story behind that is slowly unraveling. Now, in the latest episode of Quantum Leap, right at the end, we see Ben talking to his observer slash fiance, Addison, and they're talking, and then suddenly another, now, mind you, Ben is in the Old West, so another cowboy moseys on over to him, says, "Hey, stop following me. I know who you are, Dr. Bensong. Stop following me." So, first thing that hits us as fans, we're thinking, wait a minute, this has to be another Leaper. And obviously, he knows of Bensong, which is kind of a similar theme, and I'm going to touch on that in just a few moments, guys. But here's the thing. A lot of people, I'm seeing, less than reputable news outlets do little stories thinking that this is an evil Leaper. That doesn't mean it's an evil Leaper. Because in the original series and the later seasons, it was found out that there was other people leaping through time. There was even an evil project, because Sam's mission was to leap from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, hoping each time that his next leap would be to leap home, right? Well, the other project, their Leaper, was named Malia, and she had an observer named Zoe. And they had a parallel hybrid computer that supposedly controlled their leaps, and its name was Lothos, okay? Or Lothos, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Well, a lot of people are assuming, okay, this project has to be, that this new Leaper must be an evil Leaper. Not necessarily. Because in the original series, Leah's mission was to leap and to make things go wrong. Terribly wrong. Okay? So it was the polar opposite of Project Quantum Leap. Plus, they also had foreknowledge. They knew about Dr. Sam Beckett. They knew about Admiral Al Calavici. So that suggests that the evil project was actually set further into the future. So obviously they would have, at some point in the future, they would find out about the government project known as Project Quantum Leap and about its founders, Sam Beckett and Admiral Al Calavici. So, now, a lot of people are assuming, wait a minute, there's another Leaper, so this has to be an evil Leaper. That's not necessarily true, okay? One, we know in the show currently that both Ben and Janice Calavici, daughter of Al Calavici, broke into the project, and they were able to go ahead and send Ben into the accelerator and fire it so that Ben would travel through time. And we know at this point in time that there's a trajectory. Ben's leaps are not just blind leaps at all. They're projected, like waypoints, or if you're traveling cross country, if you're taking a train or a bus, you have different stops along the way. That's what each of these leaps are. He's heading towards a destination. We don't know what that destination is. It could be to find Dr. Sam Beckett. It could be for some other purpose. Maybe to prevent Sam from even leaping at all back in back in the original 1995. We don't know. We don't know where the trajectory is, but honestly, I don't think it's to prevent Sam from leaping, because if that happened, the project would never happen. It's the grandfather paradox. If you go back in time and kill your grandfather, then you're not even ever born, so how could you even go back there to begin with? So I don't think that that's it. I think it's hopefully to find Sam and to bring him home. Janice wants to fulfill her father's dying wish of bringing Sam Beckett home. That's what I think is her ultimate goal. But we don't know who this other Leaper is. For all we know, he could have been someone at the project that, for some reason, no one is even aware of his absence. Hell, it could have been the janitor for all that we know. What the hell? I don't think that this is necessarily an evil Leaper, because I think it was an evil Leaper. One, they wouldn't have just shoved him and said, "Hey, stop following me." I don't think they would have done that at all. An evil Leaper, one, possibly would have threatened Ben or done more damage to him. Driving home, you better not mess with us. Stop following me, or else. All he did was, listen, stop following me. Stop following me. I know who you are, Dr. Ben Song. That's all he said. I mean, he could have broke Ben's arm. He could have done something severely. Hell, he could have even killed Ben. He could have killed Ben, but he didn't. Evil Leapers are known for doing whatever they have to by any means necessary. By any means necessary. And that definitely includes killing. I mean, Aaliyah, during one leap, she leaped into... if you're fans of the original series, there was an episode where Sam leaped back into Jimmy LaMantia, a young man who suffered from Down syndrome. And he leaped into Jimmy's brother's, or Jimmy's sister-in-law, I should say. And Aaliyah went so far as to basically take her nails and gouge into her face, making it look like she was physically attacked, torn her outfit, making it seem like Jimmy was going to rape her. Okay? That's the kind of depraved darkness that you find in a leaper. An evil leaper could still have good inside them, but for the most part, they're going to do whatever they have to get their butts back home by any means necessary. So by that meaning, or that, train of thought, I don't think this is an evil leaper. And who's to say that there's only two projects in existence? There could be our project, which is a good project, and then the evil project. But then you could also have, and this is a theory I've talked on the Leapcast recently, you could have some kind of, world conglomerate, some kind of big business, some kind of, super think tank that, like an Elon Musk Tesla kind of project out there, who, maybe they found reports. They were interested in reports of people who had a sudden loss of memory, but had recollections of a white room or a big bright room, and they remember images of someone, and then they were back to their own lives. A lot of people, would say, oh, these are just UFO sightings, and that's, some people could say that that's where all the crazy UFO sightings over the decades have come from. Or, what if somebody even had a vague recollection of themselves? Because we heard Magic tell the head of security about his experience that he found out decades and decades later in Vietnam, after his tours of Vietnam, that he found decades and decades later that, he had this image of someone in his head. He had thoughts of this person, dreams. And then years later, he finds his name comes up in a very highly classified document. He pulls all his strings and finds out that Dr. Sam Beckett leaped into him. And if it wasn't for Sam's intervention, Magic would have died in Vietnam, and his whole platoon would have as well. So who's to say there's not similar experience where maybe someone felt slighted or robbed or done wrong in some way, and that might have motivated them to research, to find out all these other stories, and maybe they found recollections of other people, and they figured out this isn't some UFO thing, this isn't some weird far-fetched thing. What if there was a project of time travel? So finding little bits and pieces, maybe this organization or whatever made their own quantum leap accelerator. Maybe they bought government secrets over the years. I know this is a crazy rabbit hole, but guys, it's a possibility. It could definitely happen. Who's to say we're not going to have a third option? You don't always have to have white or black. You don't have to go left or right. You could go straight. You could go in a gray area. I mean, who's to say with this day and age that, with computer technology, the internet, you telling me that someone hasn't hacked into anything? We know that Janice is hacking into Project Quantum Leap, but who's to say someone hasn't hacked into her stuff? These are things we don't know. These are things we're hoping we're going to find out. But one thing that's irked me to no measure, there's no limits that I'm irked on this. Everyone's jumping to the conclusion, oh, it has to be the Evil Leapers. It doesn't have to be the Evil Leapers. We also know, in the original series, that other people leapt through time. Yeah, so like I said, it just doesn't make sense that it's an Evil Leaper. I think it's potentially a rival project, or someone that might have, either hacked or bought government secrets to find out the history of Project Quantum Leap. Or possibly after the original project ended, Al might have put out feelers into the private sector to see maybe who might be able to possibly fund or make a alternate project to try and bring Sam home. Those are all possibilities, guys. We won't know yet. We won't know. But it's just all these outlets. I see a lot of fan groups. Everyone's entitled to their own theories, their own ideas. But I just hate that everyone's going to shifting into gear towards the evil leapers. We don't know that this is an evil leaper. This could be a good guy, or someone who's maybe anti-hero. Could be someone who's neutral, a gray project, if you will. But yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Personally, I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the lulls and the highs. I'm enjoying the alternate timeline, or not, I shouldn't say alternate timelines, but the parallel stories that we have going on in 2022 versus whatever year or time era that Ben is leaping into. We're getting a little bit more of Ben, the feeling of Ben. I think those other writers get more comfortable with the characters and giving us little nuggets, little unravelings of the onions that make up each character. I'm loving Ernie Hudson's portrayal of Magic. I loved the episode when they peeled things back. They had Magic telling his story of what happened to him. They took the original footage from the original series that originally aired between 89 and 93. They restored it to HD quality. I'm hoping they do some more. It was awesome seeing that original footage, but then kind of like they cleaned it up like there was like it was nobody's business. It was fantastic. Personally, I'm an OG fan. I watched it originally as a kid. I watched the original Quantum Leap with my mother as a kid, and I mean, I still rewatch Quantum Leap all the time. I mean, Quantum Leap is a big part of who I am. But I mean, guys, not for nothing, it's getting really good. It is getting really good right now, and I can't wait for things to get better. Each episode keeps giving me more questions for the questions I just asked. We're getting some answers, but I like where it's going. I just think that everyone should, I think majority of fans, it's a good piece of advice to not jump to conclusions. Maybe watch it 1 or 2 times. I know a lot of people who review shows, they like to watch it with the subtitles a second or third watch. Maybe there's a word or something that you missed during the initial watching. But I'll say this, guys. Give it time. Give things time. We're going to have more answers. This is not our original Quantum Leap. Like, we hear, Addison mentions that, how, Ben makes a reference in one episode how he's so tired all the running around, and she was like, well, the people you leap into aren't tired, meaning that they're sedated somewhere. Obviously, they're not trying to have any kind of security issues like they had in the original series. They're keeping keeping Ben's body or essence constantly sedated in 2022, which I think is good. I think that's a good plan from their perspective. But I will say this, guys. Things are definitely different. This is a different project. It's in a different location. It also begs the question, what happened to the original project in Stalin's Gate, New Mexico? Was most of the hardware and equipment removed? Was the accelerator and the imaging chamber completely dismantled, or does it exist in some shape or form? There could be some parallel project. Could be a double secret black ops that even Magic is not even aware of for military applications. I mean, who the hell knows? Anything could be going on. It could be government, could be financial. I mean, we don't know if that was originally government property. It might have reverted back to previous owners, or someone else might have bought the property out to, help a government deficit. Hey, we'll throw X number of $1 billion at you if you give us this property. It's a deactive project. You're not using it anymore. Anything is possible. Am I wrong? I could be. But you know what? I could be right, guys. So, what I'm saying is, let's not jump to conclusions. Let's get some more information first, guys. It's fun. It's healthy to kind of like, hey, this is what I want. I wanted more of the Evil Leaper stories. Some people during the original series were not big fans of the Evil Leapers saga. But without, if you have good, you have to have bad. So that kind of made sense. We didn't get a whole lot into that. They kind of wrote a little arc for the Evil Leapers, and then it faded off into oblivion. We didn't get anything more than that. I'm sure a lot of people would like that because that's another conflict we have to deal with. Right now, the project is dealing with one, why did Ben leap? Where is he leaping to? The factor of how is Janice involved and what is her role and what is her end game? And now we have this mysterious leaper. The mysterious leaper. I mean, we have this mysterious leaper now. So the answers, I think we're gonna get some more answers very soon, guys. But who knows? Anything is possible. Um, I mean, we will see what happens. And by the way, speaking of seeing how things will happen, don't forget every Monday night on NBC, 10 p.m. East, or well, for me it's 10 p.m. Eastern. Quantum Leap airs live on NBC every Monday night at 10 p.m. Don't forget it's available if maybe you're working or you're in a different time zone. Catch it the very next day on Peacock or the NBC app. Guys, please DVR it, stream it as much as you possibly can. This all helps with the ratings and helps with the show itself. No, I'm not affiliated with Universal, with Comcast, with NBC, or any of that. I'm just a big fan of Quantum Leap. I'm loving that it's back. I want it to stay. I'm sure a lot of you guys want it to stay as well. So, guys, please also join us, the Leapers, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern here on Dave's Dimension as we hold the Leapcast, where we discuss anything and everything about the current and the original Quantum Leap series. Every week, super awesome geek show, the Wolfpack Tour review, and me, Dave's Dimension. We review each episode, we discuss fan theories, and it's an open stream. So if you want to come on and you want to discuss, you want to leap into the stream, it's an open stream for anyone and everyone to air any of your theories, your thoughts. You want to come on live, you want to discuss the show, and maybe even plug your own social medias. It's an open channel, guys. So guys, until next time, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every damn time. Keep on busting, and I'm always going to catch you on the flip side.